There was an unexpected delay in leaving for Kargil. The backup vehicle had broken down and the replacement took a while to arrive. It was time for some friendly banter. The intensity of the adventure and the manner in which it indulged me had completely consumed my mind. There wasn't a minute of boredom. There was thrill, there was surprise, there was an escape from the mundane to the extraordinary, much like traveling back in time to a place which doesn't really exist in the present.
Come to this famous Gurudwara here in Leh. सब बाबे दी मेहर हम यहाँ तक पहुँच पाए.
The food served at the Guru Ka Langar at Gurudwara Pather Saheb was easily the best meal of the trip. The Gurudwara is managed by the Indian Army most meticulously. Unfortunately, use of cameras inside the Gurudwara isn't allowed.
Some experiences make you speechless. It's one of them. Jai Baba.
As the ride to Kargil progressed, the landscape began to change dramatically. It was a clear sign of our departure from the Buddhist mainland. We are now crossing the confluence of rivers Indus and Zanskar, Zanskar being the muddier one. Kargil, despite being in Ladakh, has a character of its own. Certain stretches during the ride seemed like we had entered another planet. One such stopover was at a place called the Moon Land. Befittingly called so because it's a spitting image of the moon's surface. It fell right after an area which is known for literally spitting stones. The Moon Land. And I'm orbiting already in space. So let's go. Kargil to me has always been a place of intrigue, both geographically and culturally. It's strangely dry, yet absolutely welcoming. We have entered the Kargil region, the Kargil district. Everything seems to have changed. The landscape, the culture, and even the people are different here. And there's so much military history attached to this place. How can one forget the Kargil conflict? Kargil holds a very special place in my heart. And on that note, let's cross the Zojila Pass to get to the heart of Kargil. Reached Kargil at around 7:45 p.m. I have been feeling quite gloomy since. This being the very place where I lost a couple of dear friends to war.
Tomorrow we go to Srinagar. And I am looking forward to it.
So it's the last day of the ride. We'll break breakfast. We'll be heading to Srinagar in a bit, maybe half an hour. And that'll be it. So yeah, a couple of places that we visited on the way. The prominent one being Tiger Hill. So looking forward to it. So yeah, that's one major attraction of for the day. Let's see how it goes after riding. Kargil at this time of the year remains pleasantly warm, or so I thought. It was warm enough in the night to need a fan running at low speed. However, the morning was gloomy and cold. But for some initial sunshine, the weather had suddenly changed its mood and had turned indifferent, as if it was announcing what might lie ahead. 25 years have passed since the Kargil conflict, but while you are at the Kargil War Memorial, it seems more recent. Built at the center of the very mountains where the battle took place, every inch of the grand memorial has a tale or two to tell. It reminds us of the unbelievable human courage displayed by our heroes in uniform, many of whom made the supreme sacrifice in the service of the nation.
So just finished visiting the Kargil War Memorial. It was great to meet all the soldiers who laid their lives, not in person, but their memories are floating around this place.
As suspected, it wasn't long before it started raining, and the ride to Dras and further on to the Zojila Pass was the coldest of the entire trip. I could feel my body freezing as the strong wind bit through my bones while I got soaked in the rain. For once, I was hoping for the adventure to end. Dras and the region surrounding it had played the ever so expected notorious part, one for which you can never be prepared enough. It was wicked, but in hindsight, it was so worth it. It was only after crossing the Zojila War Memorial did the sky clear up, and so did the view. A lush green valley suddenly popped up in front of the eyes, a place they call heaven on earth, and deservingly so because no other comparison can possibly suffice. Such is the beauty of Kashmir. It remains forever young.
So we are almost close to the end, in 35 kilometers and we'll be in Srinagar. So it's you never want such things to end, but then bodily I think I'm done. So the next time now, some new place, some new adventure.
It had been a long last day, and upon entering Srinagar, all I could think of was getting to my hotel. But to find it, I had to traverse through the length and breadth of the entire city, which to my dismay took quite some time.
So after much ado and quite a lot of confusion, I was given two different addresses of the hotel that I was supposed to stay in. They were both wrong. And I eventually managed to get the right address, and I've come to a location and I just deposited the bike back. She's been very kind. She's been most helpful and friendly. Had not been for her, I'd actually not been able to do it.
Reaching Srinagar meant the end of the ride, but I was not quite ready to go back to Mumbai, so I decided to extend the trip by a couple of days and experience Srinagar like a regular tourist would. The days were hot with the mercury touching 38 degrees centigrade, though it didn't really discourage me from making the most of my time. I was out exploring as much as I could and for as long as time permitted. A night ride in a shikara turned out to be the highlight during my stay there. The days spent in Srinagar worked perfectly in completing the experience. And it also calmed my urge to ride more, at least for then. I know it's just a matter of time before the itch to explore the unexplored and at times the already explored gets the better of me.
So finally the trip comes to an end. To be able to ride at 50 at my own pace was an experience I had not imagined I'd be able to fulfill, I did doubt myself initially because it is hard, it is tough. But at the same time, when I got down to doing it, every day, though it was a challenge, brought in so many surprises. And I look forward to doing it every year maybe, till I'm 60, till maybe I'm 65. So riding at 50 has been fulfilled in a way that I had not imagined it would.